All right, thank you so much for that answer. What do you think, apparently, it's obvious we have a lot of misconception about love. What are these misconceptions you believe that we have about love, and how, how do we correct them?
All right. That's a beautiful one. So first of all, we know now that at least from third party, again, all of these things you will learn by yourself, that even people that have attained love now and are on this side, they had to come from this other end. Nobody was made perfect. Nobody was made, I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Nobody was made, I want you to be 100% God. Therefore, I just make you in perfection and you are God. No saints. I mean, we call people like that saints. They have been through all of the persecutions, they've been through all of this trouble, they've been through, and then they've conquered them all, and they are now here. If you bring this kind of person that is here back to here, he's not going to suffer all of this anymore. He's already conquered them. So the difficulties, that's why we said once in a while, even the universe will send somebody who is pure amongst us to balance the negative energy and keep the earth balance. Okay, so one perception that I need them to correct is that the fact that we are here now does not, we feel we should, what's the best way to present this? It's just like a teacher, a great teacher that was supposed to be here, not here. It was supposed to be good and not evil. Yet he was found amongst these people, dining and eating with them, with sinners, so to speak. I mean, so I expect people to correct that perception that because you are here now, therefore these people are so evil that they are not human beings and you have absolutely nothing to do with them. No, consider them children, even though you are adults here now, that are still here and they are still learning to walk, even though you are running now. Your love should extend to them. That's misconception, one misconception that I would love people to correct. So love should not, if you love the people that are within your spectra, and then that are your neighbors, because all of you spiritually you are within the same place, then of what good is it? Are people who are not good also not loving their own brothers and sisters and family and people within their community alone? Then how can you have light and you hide it under your bed? You have light, you put it on the mountain, on the hill. Let the people in dark see by your light. So are you familiar with where I'm drawing all of this from?
Oh yeah, very much.
Okay. So, we're not manufacturing our teachings. These are the same teachings. It's the same yesterday, the same today, the same forevermore. Nothing is new under the earth. It's this same teaching that we are now bringing in ways that you relate more with, that will make more sense, make more meaning, deeper than just the words, revealed at a deeper dimension. So you cannot claim to be good, you cannot claim to be light, you cannot claim to have knowledge, and then you keep it by yourself. That is burying your talent. So extend your love to these people that you consider evil. So who are these evil people? In our world today, who do we consider these evil people? Murderers, witches, wizards, people who have been abandoned by their communities, people who have no food to eat, and whether justly judged or unjustly or erroneously judged, but have been left for dead. So once you find yourself, even if you are not close anywhere, remember that they too, more than even people ahead, deserve love. Show them love. It is for you to show them love that they exist. Don't judge. It is not for you to judge that you do not deserve my love because you are a witch. You did not deserve my love before. Now, I'm getting into the mode of, I'm saying, no, let me come back to the physical. There'll be times here on this program in the future, I can tell you right away, when we'll be discussing these things and Spirit will just reveal some things. And then once we speak it here, it will happen. All right, because as I'm talking, I'm also seeing something beyond. I'm feeling something beyond what I'm talking about. But we're not there yet. I was going to see that it is for these people to be shown love, the people in darkness to be shown light. That we should be conscious of that and not just look so forward only on our path, on our journey, that we forget about these people. Very, very important. And then once you can imbibe the culture and your principle, the practice of your principle is around putting your light for the people in darkness to see, then it's as good as you don't have problem again in life. I don't know how to swear to that or what to say, but just take it from me. All your problems will be taken from you. I don't know if you've ever felt that I have a problem, and then first year, you've grown so used to that problem that you have not taken it as this is my problem. And then 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, maybe much shorter, you are carrying that problem. And then someday you go to this your problem and you want to, oh, how do I solve this problem? And you look and the problem is no longer there. Have you had that feeling before?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. At this stage, if I was a pastor, I'd be speaking in tongues now because, hey, yes, there are problems like that. There are times you feel, this problem, how do I solve it? Every time you go to your problem room to go and say, what do I do today to solve this problem? Someday you are going to enter that room and that problem will no longer be there. And then you are just joyous and, where is the problem? I left how did the book put it? I left what's that hunch that you developed here? It was there yesterday. I look back, it's no longer there. Where's that? It will just disappear because you have catered, you have experienced love enough to give to, you have experienced light enough, and you have placed your light on a hill to shine for the benefits of the people in the dark. So if there is one thing that, like you asked, the impression that occurs us, the last minute remark that I want to leave about people's perception of love and how it should be used, it is that you should always make your love useful to the people that you left behind. Don't be in a rush and in a hurry to get to where you are going. It's not even in your power. You don't know who you are going to meet at the next bus stop that would point you in the direction of where to go. Leave that to universe to decide. But you can help the universe decide what help to place ahead of you by what help you are placing ahead of the people behind you. If that makes sense.
Oh, very much. Very much. Thank you.
These are the things that you do, and then you come into your problem room and you don't see your problem anymore. You don't find your problem. You don't find your problem anymore. The very, very decided, the very ones that the whole community is saying, you are the witch, you are the wizard, those ones that are decided. Personally, they are my focus. They are my personal focus. I mean, personally, it's up to you how you want to, where the story leads you. There's something very important, very, very important. Do you know that when you pray for For example, you pray for, what could you possibly pray for? Happiness, like you said. If you pray for happiness, and then by however you do that prayer, whether by my own recommendation of what prayer should be, or by your religious way of doing the prayer, once that prayer is to be answered, do you know how that prayer will be answered? Because I already said that happiness will not be dropped in your lap, that you work for the happiness. Do you know one glaring way that the prayer will be answered? One
What's
glaring
that?
way for that? Huh?
I'm asking, what's the way?
The way is for the universe to say, okay, you ask for happiness. Here is happiness. He's going to present you with an opportunity. It is an opportunity, but to you, it's not going to present itself as an opportunity. It's going to be presented to you as a challenge, as something you would normally not want to do, as a problem. So it will be presented to, you want happiness, right? Oh, beautiful, I've heard your prayers. Now I'm giving you happiness. Somebody is going to be presented to you who himself need happiness. And the opportunity that I mentioned is now for you to sow happiness into that person's life. And that happiness haven't been presented on, that opportunity haven't been presented on a fertile ground because you asked for it, would germinate that seed and produce bountiful fruit that you will not harvest in your own future as the happiness that you asked for today. You will see it in the future. Because your prayer was answered in the presentation of the opportunity for you to sow. If you don't sow, you cannot reap. That is the work that I talked about. So the sowing, the fertile ground for the sowing will be presented to you. But because it is not presented directly as happiness, you are not going to recognize it if you don't practice principle. You are going to run away from it. They don't come again. All these people, they always beg for food. I beg, tell them I'm not at home. You are going to run away from it. When gold is presented to you, it's not presented as pure gold, as shining gold. Diamond is presented as charcoal, as carbon. But you don't know it's diamond. So that happiness will be presented to you as, what's the opposite of opportunity? Even though it's opportunity, it will be covered in mourn and in problem and in challenge that the weak-hearted will run away from. Because when he's coming, it's not going to tell you, I am coming 2 o'clock and then expect me. As you are expecting the opportunity at the front door in a limo, well-dressed, well-accented, beautiful, handsome person, at that very minute when you are expecting it at the front door, somebody is knocking at the back door and saying, hey, I beg, give me water, make I drink. Give me water. And if you are not conscious, you are going to jam, and that's him, the same person you are expecting. You are going to jam your door on his face and say, to hell with you, I'm expecting an important visitor. Let me go to the front door. And then we'll write you later, I was there, you didn't attend to me. But I was at the front door. I said, no. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, of your brothers, that you do unto me, it was me behind. So these opportunities are presented like that. And then the work that you do is the practice of principle. I told you there are 2 kinds of work. When I say work, I'm not always talking about you doing physical work. As a matter of fact, do you know that the people at the CEO level that pay, when you get a job of $150,000 per annum, you are so happy. I was telling myself this morning, $180,000 per annum, beautiful job, everybody is congratulating you. But do you know that, what about the people that are paying these salaries? The CEOs, the owners of the companies that are paying 150, 200K per annum to people as staff. Nobody's congratulating them. Nobody even knows that they are there. Do you know?
Yeah, true.
We celebrate okay, I don't want to use a less derogative word, but basically the point I'm trying to make is that these people at the top, they work also. Even though you feel, yes, I'm the IT manager, I do all the work, my organ just takes the money, they also work. It's just that their work is mostly at the principal level, spiritual works. So if you are the laborer working for them and you are sweating, you are doing all the work, and you see, without me, Oga cannot. Oga has already succeeded. The work that is provided for you is just privilege to you. He has succeeded already by the practice of principle. His work is not physical work. His work is mental and spiritual work. And he already knows before he even came to hire you, to pay you $150,000 per annum, that this work is already a success. That's why he's bold enough to go and hire you. So you don't say you are the person working. He's also working, even though he's not really an IT person and he does not understand your coding, and you feel that it's not working. It works at different levels. So when I say work, I do not just mean you, the IT person doing the work. I also mean the Oga, the CEO, the owner of the business that is doing the work at what level?
At the highest level.
The highest level, the spiritual level, practicing the principle. And because when you practice principle, you know that your reservoir will get filled. Because remember we talked about faith? Faith is knowing that because I have practiced this principle, I will get the result. Therefore, I think there's a verse like that says, show me your faith by your works.
Yeah.
Right? So because of that faith, you now go into work, knowing that the dividends will come. You put the channel in place for the dividend to flow from the spiritual to the material. That is your work. So if you have faith that I have been practicing principles, apart from the joy that is giving me, apart from I have a witness inside of me that I'm going to be. But now let me still use the example of being a millionaire, since that's what excites everyone. Therefore, you are going to set up a business through which the millions will come. I'm not sure you got that. But basically, that is the level of thinking that people who are migrating from selfish thoughts to selfless thoughts, from darkness to light, from self to love. That is the level that they should be thinking.